Y'all ready? Are you ready? 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 And that's what's going down tonight on the Daily Go Get It Show. What's going on, y'all? How you feeling? How you feeling? What's up? How are we going to get into it? So tonight on the Daily Go Get It Show, we are talking about, is it the music or the controversy? Is it the music or the controversy? Think about it. This is what I want y'all to do out the gate from the beginning. Think about your favorite song nowadays. If you have a current favorite song nowadays, first of all, in the comments, if you would be so kind, I would like you to tell me what your favorite song is nowadays. Now, let me know. Do you like the song because of what the song is? Do you like the music? Do you like the lyrics? Or is it more about the artist that you like? I was thinking about the number one rap song this year. The number one grossing, the number one selling rap song this year is Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Now, Kendrick Lamar is a great rapper. He's slick with the lyrics. He's very, very skilled, good wordplay. And as you can see, he does good in a battle too. So he's battle tested. He pretty much is the full package, the whole package. But be honest. If you ranked your favorite songs of all time, would Not Like Us, would it rank in your top 10? Would it rank in your top 5? Would it? Just being honest. Now, I think the song is okay, but I think that the real lure, the real attraction of the song is the fact that he's coming at Drake and they're really, really going at it. And the beef seems real, even though it's just an on wax battle. But it seems like they really do have some problems with each other, and it is playing out in the media. So with social media going on and everything like that, it's easy to make a professional beef look like it's something that would go down in the streets. Well, I'm glad it didn't go down in the streets, but it's something that we have to take into consideration. So I want to take a look at it. Not just that song, but any song that's out today, and compare them with the music that we listened to back in the day. And let's see if we can figure out something. Let's see if we can really see if anything is different nowadays than it was before. And it could be the case that maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I don't know what I think I know. Let me make sure that does it sound like my mic is bouncing around in here? Because that's what I don't want. I don't want the microphone to seem like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the mic here. Just clip it on my medallion there, and it should be safe. You know what I mean? It should be all right. This is a totally interactive show. If you don't know, you can call into this show and you can give your 2 cents, and I would appreciate it if you do. Still having trouble with this new number. When you've had a number for over 10 years and now you gotta get a new number. It ain't as easy as it sounds. Right? It ain't as easy as it sounds, but it's gonna be all right. Everything is gonna work out just fine. 267-874-1949. Let's get that like that. Please do me one favor as y'all straddle on in, dip on out, or whatever y'all gonna do. Please do me a favor. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Daily Go Get 'Em Show. As a matter of fact, it's the daily. It's the Daily Go Get 'Em Show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We asking, is it the music or the controversy tonight? What do y'all know? What do y'all know? I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s. I grew up in the 80s. And so I've gotten a good little, because I was into music at a very young age. My mom and my sisters, they always bought a lot of albums. We had a lot of records around the crib. So I started buying records somewhere around 7 years old. I remember when I was 7 years old, I made my mom take me to the record store because I had this record that I wanted to get. My godparents that lived across the street from me, they used to listen to different music than my sister listened to. So I'm getting different musical tastes. I'm getting the music that my sister and my mom was listening to, but I'm also getting it from these old heads and they're teenagers and they listening to different shit. So I wanted to get this record. Anyway, to make a long story short, I've been messing around with music deeply since I was probably coming out of the womb. I've always been very much into music. So I've seen how it has developed and how it has changed. And even, periods where I feel like the music has regressed in some areas. So I witnessed the birth of hip hop, and especially in its commercial sense. I was there when it hit the airwaves, the radio airwaves, and I saw it go from an underground phenomenon that nobody thought was really going to go anywhere to becoming a multi-million dollar industry to becoming a multi-billion dollar industry. I've seen it. Witnessed the whole ride. So it's a little harder for me to be surprised by anything that anyone does nowadays. Doesn't mean that I judge harshly on some old, oh, you ain't this or you ain't that. But, I've seen a lot, done a lot, been there. I've even gotten into the mix. T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Freddie G. What's up, Fred G? He says, have you ever had someone lay on your stomach and listen to the noises? Yeah. Absolutely. And I've laid on stomachs. And heard, like, you got a construction site going on in there. And that's funny. That's a funny question there, Freddie G. I'm not really sure where you're going with it, but that actually resonates with me. I used to listen to my dad's stomach. My dad's stomach used to make a bunch of noise. And I used to be like, Dad, are you hungry? And he used to be like, no, son, that's just my food digestion. And I used to be like, damn, that shit loud as hell. And I didn't have to put my ear to his stomach. We just laying up in the bed, me and him watching Wild World of Sports, chilling. And I'm hearing almost like a fax machine. You know what you call a fax machine number, that bang, 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 bang. X-Ray Koala, my dude. X-Ray Koala was good. What's good, man? Always good to see you. Always great to see you, as a matter of fact. Thanks for coming on through. So tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are going to talk about, is it the music or is it the controversy? The controversy surrounding the music. Beyonce performed at a football game the other day. The world famous Queen Beyonce, Beehive's finest. And, people, first of all, she came out, she was looking real good. And, whether you like Beyonce or not, you can't deny her star power and you can't deny her talent. But people who don't like Beyonce deny her star power and her talent. To me, they sound stupid, because these millions of sales and these sold out shows and all of the money that gets spent and generated, it's not a fluke. It's a real thing. But anyway, so Beyonce is a controversial figure right now because her husband is Jay-Z. King Z. King J. King Hova. And right now there's a big legal thing going on with Jay-Z involving some interaction with a minor a long time ago, and there's a lot of controversy about whether it's true or not. So of course it's spilling over into the Beehive. So anyway, Beyonce did a performance in Texas, in Houston, because it was the Houston Texans game, and Texans got their ass handed to them by the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's another story. But anyway, she performed at the show, and she did a dynamite show. She came out with this red, white, and blue type outfit. The whole America thing and all of that. And people after the show, people were saying that she's not a good performer. If you want to debate that Beyonce can sing or not, that's a judgment call. But to say that she's not a good performer is like saying Michael Jackson wasn't a good performer. It's like saying Prince wasn't a good artist. He never really produced any songs. He never worked with anybody. That's what you would have to. That's what saying Beyonce is not a good performer is like saying. It's like saying Prince never wrote any songs for anybody. They just wrote their own songs and he took credit for it. Like, really? So, one of the reasons that there's so much controversy surrounding Beyonce is because of two things. Number one, she has crossed over into a different genre. So instead of the pop R&B thing that she normally does, she has crossed over into the whole country music thing. And she's actually doing pretty well over there in that genre. Now, I don't like country music, and I don't follow that and all of that. And I don't really get in. I don't get into celebrity gossip and all of that kind of stuff. But when you know, you know. But the bottom line is she's drawing a lot of hate. And the other thing is she has been openly against MAGA. So she performed for Kamala Harris when Kamala Harris came to Texas for a rally. And so and Beyonce has always been openly Democratic and openly anti-Republican. So that's her and Taylor Swift. That's a cross that they have to bear. So, all right, it is what it is. But people are acting like they don't like her music or being in denial of her talent because of some of the controversy that surrounds her. So I thought we would talk about not just her, because that's just an example. But I wanted to get y'all on page with what we're talking about tonight, which is it the music or the controversy? Think about your favorite song nowadays. Do y'all have a favorite song? I'm not going to lie. I don't have a current favorite song in this era. I don't have one. Do you? Do you? Please let me know, because I'm listening to a bunch of old shit, old hip hop, old classic rock, old everything. Everything I've been listening to for the past year has been on some old shit. I'm a hip hop junkie. I'm surprised that I don't know too much about the current hip hop artists. And I know for me, it's mostly because I don't really like the stuff that they're putting out. It seems too much about the beat than the lyrics. And I'm about lyrics. As y'all can see, I try to do my thing on the drums. So I'm about the beats too, but it can't be. If there's a rapper on the song, then the rapper should stand out. That's just how I feel. All right. Freddie G says, do you have a noisy stomach? So I've been told. I don't be hearing it though. I don't be hearing it. Hope you had a good Christmas, Koala. I did. Shoot, man. Christmas is one of those things. This is what you make it, really. Christmas is what you make it. So I try to make it as good as possible. So far, so good. Shout out to Christmas. Shoot, I mean, just like I said the other day, when Christmas is over, you don't have nothing left but winter, snow, shoveling, salt trucks. You know what I mean? Bills left over from Christmas, birthdays that's coming up that's going to make you spend so much, some more money when you just spent a bunch of money on Christmas and maybe even Thanksgiving. Wintertime is all right, but it ain't really all that much fun. Some people like the cold because it's easy to dress with a cold. But when you start adding in that snow ain't fun, man. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. Let me see. Koala says, not the biggest Beyonce fan, but it's hard to refute the facts. And yeah, he definitely did some puffiness. You think so? Well, we're gonna see, because that, we did a show on it, and that the victim, or let's say the plaintiff, is definitely she definitely has some shit to prove, because her case is shaky like a couple of dice, shaky like a Parkinson's Parkinson's, shaky like my man Michael. All right, man, I ain't gonna. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yo, man, every time I'm dealing with that turmeric, you see how yellow this shit is, man? This shit be getting me. It's hard to get the yellow out. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. Jeff Guapo, my dude. Guapo, West Coast up, all up in your area, in the building. What's good? What's good? Koala says same, but I love the Strokes and listen to them regular. I'm near daily. Okay, now I don't even know who the Strokes are. I don't know. Oh, you mean, okay, so you was talking about when I was saying that I'm listening to a bunch of old stuff now. All right, cool. Koala says, bro, that juice looks wild. The reason that I'm a little bit late is because I had to make this first. And there's no real, the way I make this is there's no fast way. There's no like, all right, just throw a couple of, throw some vegetables in there, throw them in the blender, put some water in there. And blue. No, it's a whole process, man. I gotta peel them damn garlic cloves. Because I put a whole bulb of garlic in there. And along with there are beets in here. I was telling y'all about the whole, what's that shit? The turmeric. I got chlorella in there. I got celery in there. I got collard greens in there. I got what do you call it? I got radish in there. I got turnips in there, and I also have a little bit of eggplant in there, and cucumber. That's about the extent of the vegetables that I have in there. So that's why the color is all crazy. Beets normally try to turn everything red, but with that turmeric, that strong ass turmeric that I'm using, that shit is like, nah, we taking over. And that's why this shit look kind of like dirt, but it's good. But it's good because I seasoned it up. You gotta season it up. You can't. I mean, you can go ahead and drink them vegetables if you want to, but drinking them raw, I ain't with it. If it don't taste good, I ain't drinking it. Yeah, like Parkinson's patient. I'm saying her case is shaky. Something ain't right. Somebody lied. Either her dad, or her and her dad. Wapo says, my favorite recent songs were from Kendrick Lamar's most recent project. Plus, I'm from Watts, which neighbors Compton. So I definitely get it. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Before you got here, I was talking about Kendrick Lamar. Like, did you really like Not Like Us? Not Like Us is the number one selling rap song of this year. Number one. So, but my thing is the song really all that? To me, it's not. I don't think it's a bad song, but I wouldn't, it wouldn't. If I match that up with my favorite rap songs of all time, I'm thinking, like, how would it rank? Where would Not Like Us rank in your favorite rap songs of all time if Not Like Us is one of your favorite songs? I'm not sure if it would make my top 10, top 20. But then again, it's not one of my favorite songs, so I guess I might not count. But the biggest thing about Not Like Us is what he's saying in the lyrics. And what he's saying in the lyrics coincides with the beef that he has going on with Drake. So we know that Kendrick is lyrically skilled. He got it going on. He can rock the mic. He's good. He battle rhymes aside, we already know that his wordplay, he talks about a lot of social conscious type shit. You know what I mean? The boy is dope. I'm not going to deny that, not for a second. But his artistry, I feel like, is overshadowing his music right now. Not Like Us was an alright song. And the song he made before then, when they first started the beef, was it really all that? I mean, was it really? See, we have a little closer access to our artists nowadays than we ever did in history because of social media. Artists are able to connect with their fans easier because of social media, and they're getting into it. It allows us to get closer to them, which compels us, or should I say, it makes us want to, support them more, buy their stuff, whether we're talking about their streams or their merchandise or whatever. Records sell differently than they did back in the day. I don't even know. I haven't bought a CD in years, but I used to buy a lot of them. So when we ask, is it about the music or the artist? Is it? What's your short answer? What's your short answer? Kim's Wims. What up, ma? What's good, man? What's good? Good to see you always. Always. All right. Koala says, damn, that better make you the next super soldier. Listen, man, this thing it's gonna do it. You know what I mean? It do its numbers. It does its numbers. This will keep you regular. It'll keep you moving. It'd be like your digestive system. I got this. I'm here. I'ma hold you down. I believe in a good poop. If I don't believe in nothing, I believe in good food, good sex, and good poop. Without a good poop, all that other shit don't even matter. You know what I mean? What goes in gotta come out. You got a relief. Jen Ramirez, señorita Ramirez, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, señorita Ramirez? Es en la casa. Señorita Ramirez es en la casa. Christopher Jackson says hip hop will die with Diddy in jail and with Jay-Z headed there. Rap and hip hop needs more perverts. Man, you tripping. But hey, yo, you feel how you feel. I think they need much less perverts. You know what I mean? I never listened to a song and was like, yo, man, this song would be a lot better if it was nastier. They need the 2 Live Crew this shit up. We need more. You know, I'm listening to the song and I think it needs more Luther Campbell. Yes. Let me put in my earbuds. And this here. And listen to the song. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay. That's a good beat. Okay, they're saying something. Okay, that's good. Nice melody. It's a catchy hook. Okay. Hey, this song is on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this song maybe I would give it a 6, but it would have been an 8 if it had more Luther Campbell, the Chinese brother Marquise. Fresh Kid Ice. It needs more fucking. This song needs more fucking. It doesn't have, he's talking about, the way he grew up and his homies, and he's talking about his baby mom and his peoples and niggas from around the way. But if he was talking more about fucking, this song needs more the fucking. Yes. Okay, maybe you can make the song better this way. Fucking. Fucking. We can get this song to an 8, possibly a 10. If you had in more, like, I don't know, son. I don't know. We we'll need more perverts. But speaking of perverts, all of this fucking listen, all of the songs that Diddy has produced, all of the artists that he's broken, and all of that, or even the ones that he's been slightly blamed for or slightly instrumental in putting in the grave. All of that shit is overshadowed now by his personal life and that nasty shit he was doing. So nobody cares about what artists that he produced, what songs that are in his repertoire. She said, "Sí, estoy en tu casa." Sí. Yes, sí. Cuídate mucho. Hold on. But yeah, everything that they have done is, I'm talking about Diddy and R. Kelly and now Jay-Z is in the mix. Russell Simmons is still out of the country, I believe, because remember they was coming at Russell, but with the Me Too thing. So yeah, we don't need more. But all of this shit is, all of their work is being overshadowed by their personal life and all that old freak shit. So is it about the music or the artistry? Is it? I don't see y'all putting y'all favorite songs in it. Y'all mean you don't have to. You don't have to, but I think it would make it interesting. If you could put your favorite songs in the chat and we could talk about whether those songs are good songs even to you, or is it everything that goes along with the artist? Now, there ain't nothing wrong with you liking a song because it comes from an artist that resonates with your character, with your personality, that jibes with your spirit. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But we have to identify what is. Like, do I like Beyonce because she fucks with Jay-Z and because she owns this and because she does this and because people be hating on her? Or do I like the songs that she sings? I might be able to separate, I might not be. And for those of y'all who just coming in, I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but I can't deny her talent. The bitch can sing and she can dance. She knows how to choreograph shit and she gets it right. She does. But she's always had a bunch of controversy surrounding her. Getting other artists up out of there. Ask A. Marie how she feels about Beyonce. Ask LaToya Luckett how she feels about Beyonce. And Latavia, the other one that used to be in Destiny's Child, the original Destiny's Child. Remember, they kicked Latavia and LaToya out. They kicked them out the group. Latavia never made another song. It was just like, oh, I can't believe they did this. Destiny's Child, I'm out. I don't really care about music. I don't care about anything. LaToya was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna make my shit. I'm gonna make some new shit. I saw an interview with her last week or whatever, and she was saying, like, all hard feelings aside and all of that shit, they still my sisters and whatever, and we still perform with each other sometimes or whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Jeff Guapo says, Euphoria is the better rap song regarding his skill, but Not Like Us is just a pure banger that got us dancing on his grave after Euphoria. When I listen to Not Like Us, I feel like the only dance you could do is like some kind of version of the Crip Walk. It don't seem like you, and maybe it's the video. Maybe it's the video. I'm like, can you like regular dance to this, or do you have to? Do you get? Can I? I'm asking because yeah. Jeff Guapo says, I would say, son, I definitely agree. It's hard to say what is truly good because it's been so much mediocre shit that came out since forever for a while. I mean, real shit. But I ain't coming in nobody's neck. I just want to know, because this is like we're in this thing. We listen to the music. We support the artists. Some of y'all go to the shows. I probably never go to another music show again because I'm like that shit that Ticketmaster and Live Nation is doing. Nah, you not getting me for no $500 for no damn show. Get the fuck out of here. You crazy? The greed. Just like with sports, the money is overshadowing the sports, and it's making us water down sports. You look at the NFL now. You can't tackle this. You hit a quarterback too hard. You know what I mean? You're gonna do a night in jail. All kinds of shit. Come on, man. And it's because they're paying the athletes so much money that they can't afford for athletes to be hurt. So they try to water down the sport to make it safer. And they want you to believe that they want it safer for the athletes. No, they want it safer for their pockets because they losing money. They still got to pay them those athletes when they sitting on the bench or when they going to therapy or when they getting surgery. They got to pay for that. So I get it, but it's watering down the sport. Now with music, it's not about, injuries or anything like that, but we're getting closer to knowing our artists and knowing where they come from and what their thought processes are. At least we feel like we do. We think we do. So we may know that a certain artist is associated with a gang, Bloods, Crips, even if they are damn R&B singer. R&B singers used to be safe. Jerry curls, perms and shit, singing. They were songbirds. Yeah, what I mean? He was a song peacock. Spreading his wings. And, look at these bitches. They love me. Throw your panties at me. You know what I'm talking about. Now they want to be thugs too. Like, yeah, this is hard R&B. Like Jodeci on steroids and shit. And even Jodeci, they was little misfits and little hoodlums. I can't say they was gangsters because they wasn't hard, but they was definitely little hoodlums. You know what I mean? The type of they steal a Snickers bar or a payday out of a store. You can see them doing that. Like, yo, I got the money, I still stole it. You know what I mean? Yo, you want one? I got a Twix. You want one of the cookies? I got a Twix. But even they was crying for you. Baby, I would cry for you tonight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These cats out here, they want to be. Yeah. So I had Shorty. I had the thought up in the telly, and niggas bust through the door, and then I had to cap his ass. Bow. Yeah. Oh, Wu-Tang Clan R&B ass nigga. Either that or you got these cats in skirts. These old skirt and dress wearing ass rappers these days. What we doing? And that's why I have to ask, is it about the music or the artist? Now, I want y'all to be honest with me. Don't lie. Don't lie. Because sometimes y'all be lying and I be knowing y'all lying. And I just want y'all to tell the truth for once in your life. For once in your life, be a man or a woman and tell the goddamn truth. That fucking flute shit that Andre 3000 came out with a couple of years ago. Him playing the flute. Would you have bought that shit if he wasn't Andre 3000? Did you give a fuck about a flute? Was you in your ride listening to your Spotify thinking like, yo, I wish I could hear some flute music? Which artist out here that was from a monumentally historic rap group will finally pick up a flute and play for me? Was it just me? Was it just me? Come on, man. You understand? Like, come on. And that's why I refuse to listen to that shit. Like, I wasn't fucking with that hey ya shit. I wasn't. Listen, I know Andre 3000 means a lot to other people, and they be hyping him up like he's one of the best lyricists that ever came from down south. I'm like, where? Name me a quotable. Give me a quotable that Andre 3000. You like the motherfucker because he crazy. The motherfucker is such a head case. He talking about, I'm too old to write a rhyme. I can't write a rhyme. Meanwhile, LL got a hit out right now. Are you old as LL? No. He probably got you by like 10 years. What we doing? What we doing? Come on, man. Come on. People gonna follow Andre 3000 because they like Andre 3000. Y'all waiting for another hey ya. Fucking whack ass shit. Even Big Boy didn't buy hey ya. He was like, yeah, but I'm on the album. I ain't buying that. I ain't buying Andre shit. He on some other shit. Buy the speaker box shit. I'm just saying, y'all. Listen. Y'all don't have to listen to me dominate this conversation. If you would like to call into the show, call the number 267-874-1949, and I'll let you speak your piece. If you've never been into this show before, this is a totally interactive show, no censorship when you call in. You know, YouTube has community guidelines, so you got to watch your mouth in the chat. But when you call into the show, you can say it how you mean it. You can spit it how you feel it. So all you have to do is dial the number is 267-874-1949. That's the number to call. I said a 267-874-1949. Yes, y'all. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 267-874-1949, baby. Call 267-874-1949. I get you right on up in here, and you can say whatever you want. You can curse. If you want to curse, cuss, swear, you can do it here. If you want to holler, scream, yell, well, do tell. I said, if you want to get your shit off, I'm going to let you get hit off. And I ain't going to say nothing while you get your spit off. You can say it. You can spray it. You ain't spitting on me. You just coming through expressing yourself, see? And that's my word. The words that you use, they are not the ones that I'm going to pick and choose. So you can't lose. You can only win. But if you call with that trolling shit, then I'm going to begin to start getting all up in your world. That's whether you a child, man, woman, the girl. I'm a twirl. No, I'm a curl you up like a ball. Hang up on your ass. Oh, y'all sucker ass kids trying to come through. I ain't really asking y'all what you trying to do. What you want to do. What you want to know. What you want to learn. Do you have what it takes to earn? Do you wait your turn? Yeah, show a little patience. Yo, slow it down, little Haitian. You little sucker ass nigga thinking that your larger and bigger triggers is getting pulled, bullshit is getting talked, saying while you walk. Yo, it's like Jack and the Beanstalk. You thought that you was large like Charles in Charge, but you more like a Barnard Cabarge. I can't. Okay, so anyway, 267-874-1949. You can spit it. Okay, let's go. Luke Estrada. Luke Estrada. What's going on, Luke Estrada? What's good? Cheryl Halsey. What's going on, Ma? Good to see you. Good to see you. Always, always, always. Vita B. I see you done snuck in there. Vita B snuck in. It's good to see you, Ma. Always, always good to see you. Always good to see you. All right. And Vita says, Christopher Jackson says, I'd rather hear you rap. I don't even know how to take that. He might be dissing. He might be actually giving me a compliment. I got nothing. A matter of fact, Chris, I'm not gonna smile or frown. I'm gonna just give you the. Which one of y'all was doing it with me and didn't blink? Which one? All right, cool. Vita B says, I'm tired of the R&B hip hop culture being exposed. Come with all genres. It's a damn shame. I ain't mad at that statement. I ain't mad at it. Jeff says, hey now, Kendrick Lamar straight slap. Okay. Chris Jackson says, sell your soul, Robert Johnson. Okay. So some of y'all know y'all music history, huh? Sell your soul, Robert Johnson, huh? You know a little something about the blues, huh? What do you think, Chris? You think that he really sold his soul to the devil, and that's how he learned to play the guitar well? Like, they actually been pushing that narrative for years. And you know what they said to Haitians? Well, no, they didn't say it. That damn what was that evangelist? He said that the Haitians had made a pact with the devil to get them out of slavery. And that's why Haiti has been cursed ever since. So the slave masters weren't the devils. There was another mystery devil that, all right. What was his name? It'll come to me. It wasn't Jerry Falwell. It was it'll come to me. It's one of them televangelists that was very popular. All right. Okay. Jeff Guapo says, there's plenty of dances you can do. Do your little two-step. I don't know. There's something about that beat. Make me want to dance like I'm from Compton. I'm like, I ain't got no business dancing like this. I'm not from there. I've been there, but I ain't from there. I you know what I mean? I feel like I'm valeting. I ain't even got no peoples over there. Vita B says, I went to Nas tour in Jacksonville a few months ago. It was everything. Because Nas is an old school rapper. You know what I mean? He's growing up in Queensbridge and all of that. He still has that. Plus, he's 50 years old. You know that part. So yeah, he's gonna insist on some excellence. And I'm surprised that the Nas show was really good because, you know, he hasn't been known to be the best performer. But Nas doesn't escape judgment because of who Nas is and what he's represented and what he's been down with for years. a lot of people like Nas based on that, so they'll listen to Nas shit. Whereas a lot of other old school rappers or rappers his age and older, these young cats won't even listen to that shit, but they'll listen to somebody like Nas because of his influence. Like, yo, let me see what Nas got going on. Dare to say they might give Nas more of a try than they would LL. LL got to promote his shit heavy. Nas don't really have to do that. Nas drop a project, motherfuckers will be like, yo, you hear the new Nas? Jadakiss has never gone platinum. It don't matter. When Jada drop an album, you're like, yo, you hear that new Jada? Oh my God, Jada's the best ever. He's the best lyricist ever. Oh, nobody can beat Jada. I like to see Kendrick Lamar versus Jada. Who do you think would beat? Who would beat between Kendrick Lamar and Jada? Jadakiss is a dope artist, but he's not the best in any category. He's dope though. He's dope. Always been. But did he win that battle between him and Beanie Siegel back in the day? Be honest. I'm not sure if he beat that. I don't know if he won that. My man Cassidy, on the low, he talks about beating Jada and all of them. He don't want to say their names because, it was a Rough Riders thing. He just got to give you the wink, though. Like a lot of those artists that I did records with or that I was in the studio with really couldn't hang. Wink, wink. Because it says millionaire projecting their property sounds like slavery. People owning people. Jeff Guapo says it's a lot of dances that's not the C walk or the B walk that everyone can. It caused those are actually gang dances. So I don't recommend, nor do I do those dances. I hear you. Thanks for the safety tip. I appreciate that shit. No bullshit. I appreciate that. Strength, true struggle says, I take it Snickers bar. Just as a disclaimer, it ain't that kind of party. This is not an LGBTQ party. Y'all can listen to music just like we do, but this is not. No offense, but it is what it is. You know how, like, when it's somebody's birthday, let's say you got a bunch of kids, but it's only one of their birthday. Everybody can't get a present for the one birthday. Like, you get a birthday of your own. Everybody ain't gonna get shit on your birthday. So this is a straight people's party here. It ain't that you can't come in and you pay your money. You can come in, but just know. Just saying. I'm not saying that that's you. I'm just saying. Because that I don't normally say this, but that should have had a no Diddy after it or a pause after it. Like in Philly, we don't say pause, but they do say no Diddy. All right. Damn, Vita, you took it way back. She said 4/4 ain't my type of hype. Personally, I like Love Is for Suckers and All in My Mind, but that's a good song too. Skittles in a Puddle of Blood. Dedicated R. Kelly. You not getting this vibe no more. Jeff Guapo says people like good music and drama as well. They do, but it seems like nowadays the drama is overshadowing the music. That's just how it seems to me. Now I could be tripping. But it just seems like the controversy and the personalities and the artistry, I guess you could say, is kind of taking away the music. Like, do you recognize instruments in the music anymore? Do you recognize the instruments in the music anymore? You know, like, you know. So until they get a kalimba in one of these songs, I'm not listening. I said, all right, let's go. Let's go. All right. Oh, man. Christopher says Diddy likes men in skirts. I'm not in a position to deny that. Luke Estrada says Pied Piper type shit. Jeff Guapo says 3,000 flute shit was insane. Okay, wait. Let me get this right. Was insane. Get it? He said, what do you have to rap about? He's been done rapping, basically, according to him. Okay. I don't need him to do nothing else, though. But that's me. Christopher Jackson says, real men don't play flutes. Too symbolic. Okay. And I ain't mad at that. He said, don't say it's a comeback. That's what's up, Chris. Kim's Williams says, a few songs that had me in a chokehold, not new, but still got me on lock. Same AJ McQueen, Masego, or is that Masego? And Devin Morrison with New Deco, Ultralight Beam, Stan Walker, and Solange down with the click. The only artist I knew that you were talking about is Solange. That's fucked up. Because this is probably good music. But I appreciate you naming it. That's good shit. Christopher Jackson says, call says I got a number not in service. Let me make sure Nah, that number is definitely in service. I'll show you. You know what I mean? I'll show you. 267-8741-949. Wow. It's me. See? See? The number works. The number works. It worked. All right, let's go. V2B says, just give me the Outkast album. Damn Andre 3000. Just like Lauryn Hill. Damn Lauryn. Just give me Fuji La. But I still love Lauryn. Yeah, I mean, I get it. And you know, both of them Gemini, so it makes sense that both of them crazy as fuck. But they literally are going through the same shit. Somebody get me a counselor over here. Get me a therapist over here. It's crazy. Jim Mary says Miss Jackson was pretty good. When they was Outkast was a dope group. I'm talking about Andre 3000 by himself. Shoot. Sorry, Miss Jackson. The Miss Jackson song was one of the most iconic rap songs ever. You know what I mean? Well, where can you go and be like, sorry, Miss Jackson, if your friend don't go, woo? Come on, man. You know, you got, sorry, Miss Jackson, woo, I am for real. I mean, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Jeff Wapple says, I believe artists can become washed up and lose touch with making quality music and just put out bullshit for their stands to justify a bullshit project they don't even like. What they don't even like, they just like Kanye. Well, let's talk about Kanye for a minute, because that's an actually excellent example. Kanye West will make a good album, like historically dope album, and then make some bullshit. And his biggest promotion will go around that bullshit album. Then he'll silently make another dope ass album. Like, oh my God, Ye is the truth. Oh my God, Yeezy. Oh God, make me want to go out and buy some sneakers. Then he put out some bullshit. Then he gets controversial. You know, call Trump his daddy, run for president or some shit, and put out a album that's straight ass. He a Gemini too. Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini too. Tupac was a Gemini. If you didn't know, we got Tupac, Andre 3000, Biggie, Kendrick Lamar, Lauren. Black Rob was a Gemini too. All right, anyway, all right. Spartacus, my dude. He says Andre 3000 dropped a flute album. Yeah, 2 years ago. You ain't know? You can go check it out. I heard some of this. Somebody sent me that shit. They sent me the whole album. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, you know, I just thought that you'd like, you know, why? Are you crazy? I'm not listening to that shit. Damn flute. I don't even like the way it looked when you playing the flute. I don't like that shit. Shout out to all the flute players out there, man. Do your thing. Kim Swift says, my new rap fave is Moray. He's got a style of storytelling that I like. Okay. Jeff Guapo says, Devil is decent. Christopher Jackson says, Billy Graham. No, it wasn't Billy Graham. His name is on the fucking tip of my tongue. It wasn't like Jimmy. What was his name? Jimmy. It wasn't him. What was the name of the evangelist that had his own college? He had like a college. Not even sure if it was him. When his name comes up, I'll know it. Jeff Guapo says, LL went crazy when Mama said knock you out. He had a lot to prove during that time, Jeff Guapo says. I ain't know him and Beanie had a around, what was it, like around the early 2000s, you know, I mean, like 2003, 2000, some shit like that. This is when The Rock was still together. So it had to be before 2005. Because I think they broke up in like 2004. Vita says, Nas brought Wu-Tang Crew. Method Man came out towards the end, a 2-hour show. I was just expecting Ether. He didn't do it. No? Wow. He didn't do Ether? How can Nas not do Ether? Wasn't that like one of his biggest? That's a little strange, ain't it? Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get It Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar. With the I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should. Also, tonight we are talking about is it about the music or the artist? So we are discussing whether the music out here that we're listening to is actually good music, or are we caught up in the lives of the artistry or the artists themselves? What we doing? If you would like to call into the show, you can call in and have your voice heard. Don't worry, no video. You can call 267-874-1949. No censorship on the show when you call in. No censorship when you call in. No censorship. No, when you call in. All right. Ashley. What up, Ashley? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Jim Guapo says the reason some controversy overshadows music is because if it's involving another person, people put themselves in those people's shoes. It could have something to do with that, but is the song good? Like when I put it, fuck that. When I pop this shit if I pop the tape in, if I slide the CD in, if I cue it up on the MP3, am I gonna be like, yo, this shit, this shit is rocking, it's knocking in the back of my Jeep. Yo, this is the kind of CD tape or record I keep, and everybody can't have it. If you try to grab it, I'ma have to take it back from you, you silly ass rabbit. It's a habit of mine. I gotta take the time to listen to the beats, the melody, and definitely rhymes. It's my time. The time is today, and I'm gonna get off my shit just this way. Hey, you listen to what you like, but I gotta do this shit when I'm on my bike. I got the headphones in, make sure I check my surroundings, but I like the bass beating and pounding and grounded. I ain't grounded. That don't mean that I can't come outside. I'm outside every day. Yo, that's how I play. You, Y-O-U, me and you, we equal 2. If we get to 3, if you add he and her, it does occur that life is like a blur, but I put on my glasses so I can get up in your asses. No Diddy, yo, chill, just get with me. I'ma take you to another place, a town, a city, but we gonna make sure that we get it off, because the music gotta be hard. It's never the soft. And even if it is soft like Tina Marie, yo, Lovin, yo, come with me. All right, anyway, let's go. All right. Jim Guapo says, it's like at the end of the day, if you don't like business, you are going to if you don't like a business, are you going to go to that store? If you don't like what an artist did as a person, are you going to stream and let them get paid from you? No. But the question is, are you going to support that person's music even if it's trash because you like the artist? How many of y'all, and don't lie, son. You know what I mean? Y'all got to stop lying, son. Y'all be lying. How many of y'all have made yourself like a song just because you like the artist? I did it. I made myself like Raspberry Beret in 1985 because Prince, that song wasn't no dope ass song. It was alright. She had a Raspberry Beret, the kind of finding a second hand. I probably like that shit was ass, especially after Purple Rain. By the way, he was a Gemini too. Yeah, he was. I was just saying. She wore a Raspberry Beret. I made myself like that song. That shit was ass. And you know how you know it was ass? Here it is. 40 years since Purple Rain was out. What cookout have you went on? And somewhere in the playlist, the mixtape or whatever, they was like, yo, put that Raspberry Beret shit on. Yeah, that Prince shit. Fuck out of here. You ain't gonna play that shit. To be fair, you might not play Let's Go Crazy either, but it was a better song than Raspberry Beret. Come on, man. Come on, man. So how many of y'all have made yourself like an artist? Manifest Reality. What's good? What's good? How you feeling? Kinsman says, go on and check out the songs I listed. All good listens. I'm definitely going to do that. Same as a vibe on its own. That's what's up. Jimmy Swag. No, it wasn't Jimmy Swag. It wasn't Jimmy Swag. But that's who I was talking about. But I mean, that's who I was trying to remember. But it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't Jerry Falwell. It was. What was the name of the evangelist that had his own? He had his own college. It might have been him. Manifest reality, all up in the house says you really have to sell those beads, beloved. Damn. Speaking of the beads, y'all didn't get dressed. Y'all didn't get dressed. Manifest Reality says, I miss Aaliyah. I heard you. I heard. I never liked the song because of an artist. No? You lying, son. You lying, son. If it's not my type, it's not my type. You lying, son. I think you lying, son. You lying, son. You know what I mean? You lying, son. You might not have liked Night of the Living Bassheads. You like that shit because it was Public Enemy. You didn't like 100 Miles of Running. You like that shit because it was NWA. I don't know. But shit, come on, man. Man, if it wasn't for Manifest Reality, y'all ain't even give a fuck. Y'all just, we don't have to get dressed today. Well, yes, you do. We must get dressed. All right. So y'all know I already got my cow bones on. I'm rocking mine. Hold on. Rock mine. Okay, good. All right, which one y'all want to wear? The one on the genuine cow bone necklaces. This is the one on the left. Y'all like the one on the left? This is good. Look, nice. Nice, huh? Nice. Nice. Or the one in the middle. Darker accents. It's a good look. It's a good look. Fire. Or the one on the right. Which one? Which one? How we rocking? Nope, they wasn't on, Jen. I'm over here just yapping and shit. Come on, we gonna get them on now, though. We gonna get them on now. Cheryl Halsey, she quick with the middle. These are the ones in the middle. This is the one in the middle. All right, Mama Latina popped out of nowhere. What's going on, Ma? She says the one in the middle. We get one more middle. The middle's gonna win. Manifest Reality says the last one. Well, this is the one on the left. This is the one on the left. Let me see. We got two for the middle. We got two for the middle. You know what? Fuck it. You know, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. We are gonna go with the middle. The middle is good. The middle is good. Hold on. Look at that. Y'all looking good over here. Looking good. You put your uniform on late, but nonetheless, you came here late, but now you're really straight. And nobody around you could ever really hate. Yo, ladies, you're looking beautiful. You're looking pretty. You're looking sweet. You're looking beautiful. You're looking sweet. You're looking lovely. You're looking sexy. You're looking elegant. Brothers, you're looking handsome. You're looking suave. You're looking debonair. You're looking smooth. You got your soft stuff on. Everybody got on red bottom. All the ladies you have on red bottom, light heels, and all, with some Joan and David shit. and the brothers y'all got on them gators, them Crocs. You know what I mean? Possibly them ostrich. You know, you got them skins on, looking good, looking real good. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. All right, we good. We good. All right. Okay. Jeff Guapo says, you feel me, really? I'm picky. He'll find a good song. Hell, I'll find a good song, but I can't make a song good. Okay. I ain't mad at that. Because that's actually the way I do it. But sometimes, if you believe in an artist, there's nothing wrong with giving them an extra listen. You know, some shit grows on you. There have been iconic songs over the years that never really grew on me. Like, I Got It Made by Special Ed. I never understood what everybody saw in that song. It was alright, but lyrically it was so trash I couldn't stand it. That motherfucker said, I got a dog with a solid gold bone. I was like, all right, I'm out of here. We not doing this. We are not doing this. Christopher Jackson says, Oral Roberts, no. Not. That name sounds creepy. Was he ever hired for a P. Diddy party? But no, not Oral Roberts. But yeah, he would probably be at a Diddy party. Jeff Wapo says, I'm flossing my teeth. I'm gonna call if the show has. I'm gonna call in if the show has ended by the time I'm done. That's what's up. Mount Latina says the middle is definitely good. All right, the middle won. All right, Bola. Excuse me, and bless you too. Bola Ratio, what's good? What's good? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. And Wolf Living says, what do you think about Islam? Well, Islam is a way of life. It's a peaceful religion. Or should I say a peaceful way of life? And when followed correctly, you know, it can bring you all of the gifts that you've ever needed or wanted in your life. So, but how many people practice it the right way? How many people practice Islam the right way? All right. That Mama Latina says, my big thing is lyrics. I pay attention to the words. Me and you, man. I want to hear the mind of the artist, or at least the person who wrote the song. Like, what are you saying? And that's why a lot of the rap music that's out today, that's why it's hard for me to get into it. Because they're not talking about nothing. They're not. They don't even believe in lyrics. You know, the Sexy Reds, the Glorillas, the Cardi B's. And I hate to get on the females like that because these mumble rappers ain't shit either. They just don't got it. The Little Yachties, the Lil Nas X, the Young Thugs, what's that artist who just escaped getting locked up? One of them southern ass rappers. But yeah, I'm like, you know, 21 Savage. I'm like, what? Like, you like that shit? Or do you just like them? I mean, either way, it's your choice. It's a free country. But I'm like, that shit's straight trash. Straight trash, huh? Like, what we doing? Pat Robertson. We getting close. It might have been. Let me look up Pat Robertson. Because that might be him. Because when I see his face. Let me see. That might be him. It was him. It was him. He died last year, huh? It was him. He's the one who said, yeah, the Haitians made a pact with the devil to free them out of slavery, and then that's why they've been cursed for all of these years. I'm like, yo, motherfucker. Yeah, you know, a long time ago. Like I wonder if I can find the can I find that quote? Let me see. Pat Robertson on Haitian slavery and the devil. Okay. Haiti's deal with the devil, a malicious tale that emerges each crisis. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if this is it.
And
here it goes.
Christy, something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people may not want to talk about it. They were under the heel of the French. Napoleon the Third and whatever. And they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you'll get us free from the French. It's a true story. And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal. And they kicked the French out. The Haitians revolted and got themselves free. But ever since, they have been cursed by one thing after the other, desperately poor. That island of Hispaniola is one island. Mm-hmm. It's cut down the middle. On the one side is Haiti, on the other side is the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Dominican Republic is prosperous, healthy, full of resorts, etc. Haiti is in desperate poverty. Same islands. They need to have, and we need to pray for them, a great turning to God.
He made a statement last night, said,
yo, I'm going to play it again. Right? But do you hear that shit? So it was the devil, because the devil, you hear him talking about how the devil responded to them. And how the Dominican Republic and Haiti is on the same island, but the Dominican Republic is doing good. What Dominican Republic he talking about? Because last time I looked, the Dominican Republic is poor as shit. Maybe not to the tune of Haiti, but we know why the Haitians. Have any of y'all heard this before? Because I heard this on a record years ago. Okay. Pat Robertson, he had a scam school. He was a scammer track. All right, I'm going to play it again. I want y'all to listen close because it amazes me how motherfuckers try to explain away shit like it's on some spiritual shit when Haiti's problems have all been political. But, no, it's because they made a deal with the devil. But listen closely to it. Yo, the nerve.
Something happened a long time ago.
Hold on.
We're under the heat. Something happened a long time ago in Haiti, and people may not want to talk about it. They were under the heel of the French. Napoleon the Third and whatever. And they got together and swore a pact to the devil. They said, we will serve you if you'll get us free from the French. It's a true story. And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal. And they kicked the French out. The Haitians revolted and got themselves free. But ever since, they have been cursed by one thing after the other, desperately poor. That island of Hispaniola is one island. Mm-hmm. It's cut down the middle. On the one side is Haiti. On the other side is the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Dominican Republic is prosperous, healthy, full of resorts, etc. Haiti is in desperate poverty. Same island. Sure. They need to have, and we need to pray for them, a great turning to God.
He made a statement last night.
He said they got together. The Haitians, like, so all of the Haitians were on board to make this pact with the devil. Y'all like that? He said they got together. I'm thinking like, well, they did get together with Toussaint Louverture and kick the French out by warring with them. That's how they got the French out of Haiti. And after they got the Haitian, after they got the French army out of Haiti, they were a free country, island, whatever you want to call it. They sent word to the slaves in the United States, telling them, if you want to be free, come to Haiti. But clout chasing has been in effect for so long that the Haitian general Toussaint Louverture, who organized, the one that got them together, he organized the army to be able to defeat the French. He got so cocky that the French invited him to France to, like, as a peace treaty, like, hey, yeah, you kicked us out, you won your freedom. Hey, man, hey, bygones are bygones. The best man won. They took his ass. He stupidly went to France, and they locked that motherfucker up. And Haiti has been paying the price for ending their enslaved condition ever since then. So that's the real story of Haiti. But Pat Robertson says they got together. If they could get together and make a deal with the devil, maybe they could get together and make a deal with God. Which one do you think that they would have thought would have rescued them? The devil or God? That shit is some racist, ridiculous propaganda. And people listen and follow behind him with that stupid shit. Yo, come on, man. Anyway, back to the music. Jim Ramirez says Kodak mumbles too. Kodak Black. Kim says he had a scam school. He was a scammer and trash. Jeff Guapo says voodoo has been made to look evil because it's voodoo. It's voodoo. Yeah, and it's just a spiritual practice. It's like a religion. Hey, and there's no Haitians with no little dolls sticking pins in it. That's that shit that they made up in the movies and all that kind of shit. And people believe that old craziness. Man, it's, yo. But they want us to believe, Caribbeans, they just out here trying to work spells on people and, whipping up a witch's brew and shit. Dominic's canines. Kim's wife says, cursed, he misspoke, raped, and robbed. Cheryl says he was very sick. And that Mama Latina says everyone is poor. It's just about the attitude and the hate behind it. Most people I meet were very hateful. So, all right. So getting back to this topic, is the music or the artist? There's nothing wrong with being influenced by your favorite artist. There's nothing wrong with following your favorite artist, and it's so much easier to do. Y'all have to understand that we came from an era of having to send fan mail. You don't even know if your favorite artist got your mail. Like, yo, I'm your number one fan. I have all your albums. I go to all your shows. I think you're great. You're wonderful. You're better than the Beatles. You're better than the Beatles. Speaking of the Beatles, did y'all know that Elvis Presley hated the Beatles? You know, he was working behind the scenes to get them kicked out of America. Did y'all know that? Yeah. Elvis was a hater. You know, because Elvis was the biggest thing, the biggest star that anybody had seen. And then the Beatles came. And what's funny is the Beatles patterned themselves originally after Elvis. They idolized Elvis. Like, nobody was bigger than Elvis. But then they came and started doing their thing. And they started, you know, taking a lot of them American fans. And Elvis tried to say that they were like communists, and because John Lennon was very outspoken about, what was he outspoken about? Not the police or some shit, like some form of government. He was very outspoken about that. So Elvis was trying to get the Beatles, you know what I mean? He's trying to get the Beatles up out of here. And he was really actively doing that. Like, yo, the Beatles gotta go. I'm not sharing my spotlight, because nobody has sold as many records as Elvis at the time. Then the Beatles came and they outsold them. Info Spot 411, what's good? What's good? Yeah. Speaking of Elvis, though, speaking of the Beatles, I always wondered, did people really like the songs that they were putting out? Because Elvis, you know, he's a big star and all that shit. Elvis is another person. I never hear Elvis get played at the cookout. He was the king of rock and roll, right? Even white people I've been around, they don't be like, yo, throw on some of that Elvis. Even the elders, I ain't never hear them be like, yo, man, you got to play some Elvis. They'd be like, put some Stones on, some Led Zeppelin. Y'all want to hear some Doors. You know, like, I don't hear him talking about no Elvis. Well, I don't. Elvis songs was short as shit. Yeah. Now you throwing some, like, it's easy to like the Rolling Stones. It's easy as hell because they jammed with everybody. They could really play, and you could tell that they were influenced heavily by blues. It was heavily Led Zeppelin too. You heard it. You hear Robert Plant. You know, they talk all that shit that comes straight out of some LSD use and all that kind of shit. Like, you ever listen to you listen to Kashmir? Like, what the fuck are you really talking about? What is he talking about? It's a great song. Da 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 da. Like, it captures you from the beginning, but like, what the fuck is he talking about? Same thing with Stairway to Heaven. You would think Stairway to Heaven would be an easy ass song to explain. Well, I've looked it up many times, and it's like, what's that new word they came out with this past election cycle? Word salad. I'm like, what the fuck is the song about? He can't remember. It was high. It was high. And that other group that was so popular underground, but they had like one of the biggest followers ever, the damn Grateful Dead. I don't care what nobody say. Their music was trash. That shit, ugh. That shit is hot trash. What's your favorite Grateful Dead song? That shit, I was like, yo, this is horrible. But them deadheads, boy, you can't tell them nothing. So is it the music or the artist? You know, like, yo, I mean, that shit was trash. Now, somebody will come up with a Grateful Dead song, like, you must not have heard this song. I'm telling you, Omar, this is the greatest song ever. Jeff Guapo says Elvis is James Brown's son. Couldn't nobody do it like James Brown. That Mama Latina says, as a music lover, I listen to everything. LOL. If not English or Spanish, the beat has me on my feet. That's what's up. InfoSpot says Van Halen and AC/DC were big rock and roll bands of the 80s. They were. And speaking of Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen at the time in the 80s was rated the #1 guitarist. And I remember hearing that back then. And I was thinking, like, well, what does it take to be the #1 guitarist? Who's rating? Like, what do you base it on? Because when I listened to Eddie Van Halen, I really wasn't that impressed. Like, he had a certain style. And you listen to Van Halen shit. I never really, I don't know, man. You saw how Van Halen sounded after David Lee Roth left. I was like, I didn't really want to hear that shit. You know, they replaced David Lee Roth with Bob's Sammy Hagar. And I was like, can he sing Panama? Girl, you really got me. Now, can Sammy sing that? They said he was the #1 guitarist. I was like, well, what is he doing with the guitar? He said he wasn't influenced and didn't really like Jimi Hendrix. I was like, well, that's an interesting. I'm not saying that you had to pay homage to Jimi Hendrix, but like Jimi Hendrix actually had good music, and he used to burn the guitar up, literally and figuratively. It's all good. Stevie Ray Vaughan had mad guitar skills. Yes, he did and does. Shit is off the chain. And then that's what I call a guitarist. AC/DC. AC/DC was a good band. Yeah, it was really good. Idiotic Genius. What's good, my dude? What's good? Anybody that likes the Grateful Dead thinks Milli Vanilli really sang their own. Am I lying? That shit is trash. Yo, man, I was like, all right, this Grateful Dead shit. You know, all these people, they follow them everywhere, and they camp, and they just live their whole lives just following the Grateful Dead. I'm like, where are the good songs? That shit suck. I mean, I'm like, this music is really bad. This shit was really, really bad. Oh, yeah. Give me some Black Sabbath. Yeah, give me some Black Sabbath. Now, they had lyrics. That Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. But, it was about to say Jay Giles Band. You really are a child of the 80s. Jay Giles Band, Freeze Frame is my favorite 80s rock and roll record. Freeze Frame. Yeah, that was a good song. That was a good song. But I like Angel's My Centerfold. You know, you're gonna talk Jay Giles Band. Na 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 na. Yeah. Yeah. One thing is for sure, back in the 80s and even 90s, you could love an artist, but it really was more about the music. Especially before videos kind of drove everything in the music industry. You know, it's interesting. Why have we never seen why have we seen plenty of Rolling Stones videos, but we never saw any Grateful Dead videos? Maybe I just haven't seen them. I can't play it. They hit me with the copyright joint and just blow up the whole show. So I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, Yeah. If you can find me a Grateful Dead song that you think that I would like and that everybody else would like, please let me know. I'll look up the song later on and see what's good. Cause I'm like, ugh, I don't know. I didn't find nothing. Larry says trucking. Info Spot says Grateful Dead had a big following of people for their concerts because they went to get high. That's why their fans were called Deadheads. Yeah, but at some point, don't you want to hear good music? They had to like some. They say Jerry Garcia was the shit. I'm like, well, he was a guitarist. He sang in the band. Maybe I have to go back and get somebody had them. They had to like the music at some point. They bought their records. They were always on tour. You know what I mean? I don't know how many records that they were selling. Let me see. I bet you they never went gold. Did the Grateful Dead ever go gold? Oh, well. Oh, shit. The band has 21 albums that have been certified gold. I might have to go back and look and find this shit. Wait a minute. We have a call coming in. Wait a minute. How come I didn't hear it ring? Wait a minute. Hold on a second, my dude. Wait a minute. All right. I didn't hear the phone ring. And oh no. I know what's wrong. We're gonna fix that right now. Okay. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I can hear you now too. Now I know where that beep came from. I remember I heard a strange beep, and I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, where'd that beep come from? Welcome to the Daily Go Get It Business Show. Thank you for calling in. Call up with the last numbers 0297. What's good?
Hey, this is Ed from Detroit. Info Spot 411 YouTube channel in the chat. I had to call in because I had a Grateful Dead story for you. Believe it or not, I just remember.
I can imagine. Go ahead.
My aunt, she's retired now, but was an MD internal medicine and practiced in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the 80s, she had a gig where she would be the MD on staff, and then they would have a nurse with her for these concerts at, I believe it was called the Chrysler Arena, and it's where the U of M basketball team played.
Yeah.
And I'd see her a few times a year for Thanksgiving, and we'd go visit, you know. And what my dad, we'd always ask, what concerts did you do? And what, you know, and she talked about some of the different artists and bands. And I do remember she mentioned the Grateful Dead, that she would turn it down if they ever came back again. And one of the stories she told, she says, I had a couple people come up to me and they told me that they felt that they got drugged when they picked up some pop or something at the cafe stand, and just a bunch of people that were strung out on drugs, and they had to get EMS to get some of them out of there.
Wow.
But I mean, they had some hits. One guy put in there Truckin', I remember that song, but it was mainly just a following of people, you know, smoking pot and getting high, and it was like that was an occasion like, oh man, we got Grateful Dead concert coming up, you know, and that's why I know they named them the Deadheads. I almost got to see and meet, but she canceled the concert, or the concert got canceled, something with the promotion, Whitney Houston, because she had a thing gig, and this was right around after her first record got released, like I think 85, 86-ish or something. And it was on a Friday or Saturday night, but then my aunt called me like 2 weeks before and said that you know, the concert got canceled. She was gonna take me out there. But anyway, in the freeze frame, the record, Centerfold is on that record. I mean, it had a lot of good hits. Rage in the Cage,
it was a good album.
Freeze Frame, Centerfold, man. What was odd with Jay Giles Band, that record was so great, but they had a few other hits, but they did a bunch of records and just Peter Wolf had a great band there, but I mean, nothing on the level like with Van Halen and Motley Crue and some of the other, we're talking rock and roll music of the 80s. But man, it was just such a fucking great record. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
River Blindness, Angel and Blue was a cool song they did on there.
The thing is, like a lot of the artists back in the 80s, you know, fell into that top 40 pop thing. And I think it had an effect on them being able to sustain longevity, you know, because the pop thing was so heavy that it was just on to the next artist. I mean, even if you weren't a one-hit wonder in the 80s, you may have been like a one album wonder. You know, you may have had some good hits, but you know, time just didn't treat you the way that your skill level should have warranted. Like you think about like groups like Men at Work. You know, they had hits. They had hits, you know, but it's almost like it never happened these days. You know what I'm saying? Like by the time 1990 hit, where was their Men at Work? You know, but they were, you know, but Jay Giles Band, I mean, the fact that they called themselves Jay Giles Band lets you know that they could play. But I think that the same way that rap artists were pushed by the labels to make records that they thought would sell and that they wanted to push out and that they would promote. I think that a lot of the rock bands and R&B bands, I think that they were victims of a lot of A&R provocation too, you know, where they may not have been able to put out the type of music that they really wanted to put out. They had to put out whatever the label thought was going to sell at that time. So
true.
So yeah.
With rock and roll, I mean, I love classic rock. I'm not a big heavy metal person. There's a few heavy metal songs that I like, but that's about it. But anyway, basically what I saw happen was by the time like 1990, 91 came around, I'd say about 85% of the rock and roll bands and the rock music just like died overnight. And then they had that grunge rock that came out with Nirvana and Green Day.
Yeah.
You know, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then that kind of
Stone Temple Pilots.
The hair metal bands and the rock and roll, like The Journey, The Foreigner, AC/DC. A lot of that just died on the vine. Van Halen did a few things in the 90s. Aerosmith, they had some hits here and there, you know, in the 90s, like Ragdoll and that. But like another example was Billy Idol put a couple records out. He was bigger than ever, and he just died overnight, you know. But yeah, you know, I guess sometimes change, you know. Rap music survived in R&B, but it has changed through the years. And then one other comment with Elvis, like my mom's in her 80s now, but she's a big Elvis fan. I kind of look at it like he's a very iconic person, like Michael Jackson. The problem is he was more 50s and early 60s, you know, a lot of his stuff. And he put out a lot of great music, but a lot of garbage. But from what I saw in a documentary, that guy who, the Colonel, who was like his main promoter and his guy, he had all kinds of gambling debt, so he was having Elvis do all kinds of movies and Christmas records every other year.
Yeah,
Vegas shows nonstop.
Yeah,
and but I guess you know, if I kind of grew up in the 50s, I could relate to stuff like Blue Suede Shoes, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'm so removed from that era where I could relate a lot more to like Michael Jackson and Prince and, you know, Van Halen and that kind of stuff, you know, 80s and into the 90s.
Yeah. What about Journey?
Journey, I would say that they, again, they're one of my favorite rock and roll bands. The problem with them was they had like in the late 70s into the early 80s about like four or five good records, and then Steve Perry broke up from the band and they were done. But I mean, some great rock and roll songs from Journey, Jesus, Don't Stop Believin' and Separate Ways. I mean, just some good music. A Foreigner was another great band, man. Urgent and Cold Blooded, Jukebox Hero.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's my favorite song by them, Jukebox Hero. That song is like that shit is motivational as hell.
Yeah. Then that other song was a funny one they did, Dirty White Boy.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. I mean, Foreigner was a good group.
If you go on YouTube, Foreigners Records, that's like the greatest hits CD or cassette. I believe it's probably on YouTube for free. You know, check that out, man. The Foreigners is just another one that had good music. But it's a shame. I mean, in the 2000s, by the time the 2000s came, I mean, there wasn't much for rock and roll. Yeah, Three Doors Down, they had a couple hit songs, and Kid Rock, it's kind of sort of like rock and roll, kind of bluesish music, you know. But it was pretty much, you know, sadly, it died. You know?
It died. But I think that when you start talking about, you're talking about a lot of interchangeable parts. So, you know, when you talk about rock and roll, you may think in a certain type of genre, like maybe like the early stuff, like from the 50s and 60s, or even like a Billy Joel type of thing, you know, because he seemed to be able to go in the pockets of rock and roll, like and stuff like that. But also, if you are a rock band and you can play, a lot of rock music came out of the blues. So if you make a ballad, it's still a rock song because you're a rock band. So I think because in the 80s we got so caught up in a lot of that faux, I say faux heavy metal because a lot of it was like, it wasn't pure. You know what I mean? Like it was like, when I think about metal, I think about more than just noise. I think about bands that could actually play, but find a way to make their riffs and the way that they play, make it so hard, which made it heavy metal. But they still had something to say. That's why groups like Motley Crue and
Judas Priest was a good one. They had some really great hits.
They were good
for heavy metal. Yeah,
I'm thinking about Metallica. That's one of the reasons why, because they still made songs that you could fucking listen to. You understand what I mean? Like at some point, you can't just make it sound like a bunch of noise. It has to actually be a song. Like you know, you're going to get on a label, they're going to require that you actually make a song every now and then. So they had songs that you could remember and that you could actually sing, and you know that's one of the things that made them good. But a lot of those faux metal bands like Quiet Riot, you know, come on, feel the noise, you know, like it was popping. That's why I say they were faux metal bands, because they were going for the pop thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, come on, feel the noise. Girls rocking, boy, like wow. Like I remember even thinking back then, like, this is not a real metal band. You know, like
I saw a documentary, and what was interesting is you bring up Quiet Riot. It was about the hair metal bands that came out big around the mid-80s and they died again right by the 90s. And then Quiet Riot was one, Dokken, Motley Crue. Now Motley Crue did survive as far as concerts and that, but record sales went, you know, in the shitter by the mid '90s with them. Gosh, there was Poison was another one. They had 2 or 3 really great records and some cool songs, but the hair metal thing just it was almost like disco, but had a 5 or 6 year span, and it just it died.
Yeah.
Heavy metal, I would say, if you ever get time, one song I really, really love, one of my few heavy metal songs I like, is by Iron Maiden, called The Trooper. This goddamn song, man, the guitar on there is such a great fucking beat, a cool song they did. But a lot of the stuff Iron Maiden did, it was just loud and I guess obnoxious to me, you know, like a lot of the heavy metal stuff. It's like, oh my Lord, you know.
It was
there was some good heavy metal, you know, some stuff I like by Judas Priest, and Motley Crue had a few cool songs.
Yeah. Well, one thing about the 80s is that almost everybody, like R&B and everybody, was infusing a lot of heavy guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Run DMC was doing it with King of Rock and shit like that. So the guitar was a very, very popular instrument in the 80s. But of course, it wasn't going to last because it was a thing to do at the time. Michael Jackson was doing it. Prince was doing it. Everybody, you know, almost everybody was putting that rock feel into their music, and it was working for a time. But I knew that it wasn't going to last because I mean, a lot of artists that really didn't come from that era or that genre were doing it. So, you know, I mean, they were selling records. They was they were selling records. You know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, as far as the labels are concerned. But when I thought about this topic tonight, I wanted to, you know, sort of contrast what we see going on now, because we have so much closer access to the artists that we like now than we did before. You know, before, you know, we had to go to shows, we had to read magazines. We didn't feel like we could reach out and touch them. We couldn't call them on the phone. You might catch them at a hotel, you know, an after party or something like that. But as far as gaining access to them, they seem far away. Nowadays with social media, you feel like you're closer to them. You know, they talk back to you instead of speaking through a publicist like they would have done before. Now you actually hear if the artists have an explanation to make or something like that, they actually are encouraged to do it themselves. Where before we didn't know what they were thinking because they were protecting their image so well that, you know, we just couldn't get an accurate story. So now it's a lot easier to get caught up in supporting who the artist is, as opposed to really getting into the music that they make. And that may just be the way that I feel about it. Other people may feel totally opposite. Like, no, I still listen to the music regardless of how well I like the artist or how much I like them or whatever. I still, you know, they still have to make good music. And I understand that too. And that's pretty much the way I feel. But I do understand how you get caught up in the hype. But some of the stuff that I hear nowadays is just so bad. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that old head that's always talking about how great it was before and how bad it is now. Because I'm like, somebody out here is making good music. I mean, these artists are making more money than the old school artists could ever think of. So, and faster.
Yeah, true. I mean, go ahead.
No. I'm done. Go ahead.
Two things. Take my current day, you know, like I like the guy, he's got a few cool songs, The Weeknd, for example. But I'll use this as an example. Let's take December 1st, the week of December 1st, like the top 50 songs on the Billboard chart. And then we'll compare it to like 2001 or 2002 and compare those songs. And you'd be like, God bless it. Or, you know, you go back to the 90s. It's just, what I kind of don't like the direction the music's kind of gone is a lot of stuff is all tied in the computers and there's so much is on the singing. And what gets lost to me is a lot of like actual instruments when bands would go just say, okay, we got 5 days and 40 hours, and we're gonna crunch and make some music, and we're going in the studio, man, and we're gonna make some shit happen. Where now it's just like everything's there, and okay, let's sing a couple songs and let's search for the beat. You know, where they actually, I could see Prince and his band, or just some of the other artists just working on shit. Eddie Van Halen would be one. David Lee Roth would talk about. He would be fiddling around on the guitar and like, okay, I got a cool fucking beat here. Let's look at a couple songs we got written that can go with this. A lot is lost on the instruments, from the guitars to the fucking drums. Sometimes the saxophone might be infused in some of the music, but sometimes it's changed. But I'm with you though. I mean, I hate to sound like a 50s old head Gen X, but a lot of the stuff nowadays, I'm sorry, you take Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus and some of this other stuff, and it's what is it, Drake? It's kind of like you hear a couple of Drake sounds and they all sound the fucking same. At least Prince might have had some of the same similar beats, but it was you go for the controversy to Pop Life and to When Doves Cry, they're different.
He definitely knew how to reinvent himself.
So I mean, that's how I kind of see some of the differences. Well, what are you gonna do? Like you talk early 2000s, take out Outkast and fucking some of the other artists there and compare them to what's going on nowadays.
It's crazy because when you talk about the way music is made nowadays, it's all digital, and just like you were saying, like there are no instruments. Everything is on this mix board. Everything is already this is different than regular sampling. Now we're getting into hold on a second.
You have a call from.
All right. So I'm putting them on hold, so we good. But yeah, so the sampling now is the entire song. Like at some point, you have to give these musicians a chance to create. You know what I mean? Like one thing you can't do with a beat maker is you can't jam with him. You know what I mean? Because he's not picking up an instrument and playing it. He has to string along this shit. You might have a nice little drum beat or whatever, but then he has to piece it with this, and you gotta what's the word that they use on the producers nowadays? You gotta I want to say stitch, but it's not that. Anyway, the way they can make a beat really fast, but that's what it is. It's a beat. It's not really the music. So it comes from a different place. It comes from a different soul. They're not doing
the creativity. Is that what you're kind of getting at too? The creativity.
Definitely. Now that's not to say that some of these digital producers aren't good, because many of them are, and many of them have a musical background, and they're just basically doing what's required of today. So I'm not going to say that they're all trash or whatever, but it just gives you a different feeling, and I think that feeling translates into the artistry and into the audience. So we're getting a different product from a different energy source, which I think has an effect on how long some of these songs, the music, and the artist can last, because it's not coming from a place of, it's not really coming from a birthplace. You know what I mean? There was no gestation period. It wasn't like you weren't like a embryo and then you grew into a fetus, and then do a baby and then an infant. That's not kind of that wasn't the process. Like you were nothing, and then you were grown today. That's kind of how it feels.
One last comment on what we mentioned earlier, and I'll hop off here because you got the other caller on hold. When you were talking about like what's going on nowadays, you know, like the artists, their personal lives, where when it comes to just my own, you know, opinion, kind of what I see when it comes to the music as well as like actors, you know, whether it's movies, TVs, celebrities, I'll just say in general, musicians. That's the bad that's come with the modern technology where you take an artist, let's say like Rihanna, okay, she's done some great music, all right, but Jesus Christ, she goes out to Mr. Child's restaurant in Los Angeles, you know, and it's not just the paparazzi like they had in the 90s, but everybody's got a cell phone, and holy shit, it's on Instagram. Oh, Rihanna ordered a crab leg dinner, and she had 3 glasses of wine, and she's seen with this one guy as a dancer. Are they dating? You know, and it's on TMZ, and it's, you know, and then all of a sudden she had, you know, cops, and then the information too, like, you know, cops were called out to the house. She had an argument with her boyfriend, and like, holy smokes, man. I mean, it's sad, but it's like, when you get famous, you just have to accept the fact it's like, you know, you ain't getting that privacy like maybe some of the 70s and 80s.
Not at all.
Artists did. We'll find out 3 months later or something happened. Now it's like, you know, that's the downside. You know, everybody's got the cell phone camera and all this instant access to information. It's like, well,
you've touched on.
Like, I'm just seeing that's a huge difference from like when you talk 70s and 80s to now. But
what you touched on was exactly what I'm talking about, as far as the access and as far as it being about the artist. Like all of these things, the things that you're speaking about happened with all of the artists, all of the bands, all of the singers, all of the rappers, and it all happened the same way. But the way that it was reported, the way that it was transmitted and translated to the public was way different, and it didn't matter. We didn't really have to give a fuck about that. Is the album good or not? You know what I mean? Like, are they putting out the singles on the album that you like, or do they have a different vision or a different ear for what they think will sell out here? You know, like we get caught up in. I mean, it almost seems to me, and I could be wrong, but it seems like the music is secondary now. The artist itself seems like that's the most important thing. What's going on with the artist? What are they doing? You know, do they play PlayStation or Xbox? I don't know, man. It just seems something just seems amiss.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to be listening to the show. I'll let you get the next caller. Thanks for taking my call, man. Great topic and great show as always. You know.
Yo, I appreciate you coming through, man. As always, look forward to the next time.
Okay.
All right. Good stuff. My man Ed from Detroit, Info Spot 411. Make sure y'all go over to his channel. He got some good shit over there. As you can see, he's very diverse with a lot of different topics and all of that. That's my man. That's my man's right there. So hit him up. Go to his channel, Info Spot 411. My man Ed from Detroit. All right, we're gonna bring in caller with the last number is 2687. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind tonight? What's good? What's up, man? Holla at me.
Sounds good in the chat.
No doubt. Everything good.
All right, I sound decent then. All right.
You straight.
It's a lot to get into when this is really just music business. So it's like the artists themselves, they get on these social media sites and they basically, because they are basically the brand. When they're signing these contracts, they're signing away their right to that image. For example, you got the Lil signing his name away. The Lil is no longer belonging to that artist.
Yep.
It belongs to that record label. Basically a brand. And so they go on these social media sites, and instead of just using it to promote themselves, be about business. Oh, I'm at this concert, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Or all the other sorts. They get on there trying to be personable, trying to relate to the fans. I mean, and I get it, but it's like once you start doing that, you start doing the wrong thing. You start putting too much of your personal life out there.
Yeah.
So that's what they mess up at. And fans, I mean, I get it. Fans want to know what you up to. They're nosy. If they don't get it, they don't get it. But you posted this because you posted it. We didn't tell you to go post that. And it's just really just business at the end of the day. And the other thing I can speak on is like with that R. Kelly thing, it's different between him and P. Diddy, because P. Diddy's not in this song talking about, oh, let's go to the freak off, or I'm beating up Cassie, this, that, and the other. This man R. Kelly songs is very sexual. And we know, allegedly, we was doing sexual acts. So it's like, all I can think about when I'm hearing this nigga R. Kelly sing this song and it's doing sexual things, it's like, that's what you was doing to them kids, like, so that really be throwing me off.
I mean, it does seem like he was living the lyrics.
You know, I thought it was just me. I'm like, nah, I can't listen to this. I can listen to some bad boys, you know. I need to do my little pop.
Yeah, I mean, but shit. I mean, those cats had a dark side way before they, became famous and all of that. So I believe that had they not blew up, they would have still probably gotten in trouble, in some kind of legal trouble, because they were doing what they were doing. One thing that is hard to reverse is the way that somebody is attracted to something. Like, how do you reverse somebody's attraction? Like, okay, I don't like big booty freaks no more. Like, you do. Like, yo. And really, that's the problem when it comes to like pedophiles and shit. Yeah, you can lock them up, but you can't make them stop liking young girls. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a tough thing.
It absolutely is. It really just plays on it. It should really just be about the music for me. I don't get too. That's the thing too. It's on fans to not being too invested into these celebrities, whether they act, make music, whatever they do. They're people at the end of the day. They really don't give a fuck about us. They don't know us. Mm-hmm. We should just like the art that they produce, take it, use it for what we like, and leave it at that. Forget who the person is. Don't get too invested in who they are. I mean, and of course, we got the freedom to do whatever we want, associate with whatever we want, get associated with, and all the others. So it's really your choice. Mm-hmm. It's not nobody putting a gun to your head or nothing. We got the freedom to listen to, like what we like, dislike what we like, use it for what we want to use it for, put it back down.
Facts. Yeah, that's definitely facts. And people always want to like who they like, but the formula for how come some artists resonate with some people and some don't. There's a lot to be said about that too. Now, promotion can push you promotion can push some people to start liking somebody, but will it make you a lifetime fan? You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. even if you don't like an artist, you may still respect the fact that they are able to put out good stuff. Like, a lot of people didn't like, let's say, like a Jay-Z, but you knew that he had a knack for putting out some good shit. You know what I mean? Him and his wife. They might not. I might not like all of the other stuff surrounding them, but they put out some good shit. All right, I'm man enough or woman enough to be able to admit that. Then you might have some artists that you feel like are overrated. So, like, for me, an artist like Kanye West is overrated. I'm not saying that he's not good because he is good, but he also puts out some bullshit sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because he gets into his own head and he just won't. You know how it's sort of like in baseball. You know how sometimes the back catcher will call the pitches for the pitcher because he can see things that the pitcher might not be able to see. Like maybe the pitcher just wants to work his fastball all day. Like, yo, you gonna burn your arm out. Yo, throw a slider. Or this dude can easily hit fastballs, so don't do that. You know what I mean? You know, give him, you know, give him a changeup. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, so you might see that with a particular artist, like, yo, his bread and butter is this. All he needs to do is this. But evidently he wants to try all this other shit that he ain't that good at, and you know, he put out some shit in his ass. But his true followers are gonna still support his shit. What you gonna do? You know, because they caught up in
trash. I'm not fucking with it.
And that's what I say. Like, yo, that shit, you know,
it ain't that hard.
Yo,
it's checkers, not chess.
Mob,
this is simple.
Mob Deep used to do the same shit. They make a fire ass album, then they make some garbage. Like, what is that shit? Then they make I swear they never made 2 dope albums in a row. They never did. You know what I mean? It was they come out with the Infamous, like, you know, that shit got shook. Yeah, the Infamous was fire. Then they came out with Godfather Part 3. You like, the fuck is that? Fucking yo, you know. Then they came out with what was it? The album that had Quiet Storm on it. That whole album, that shit was mad fire. You know what I mean? Like, yo. So they was like,
alone made the whole album that there.
Yeah, you know. So they got it 1 minute and then they didn't get it. Like you hit like crazy and then you totally missed like crazy. You know, like, so hey, but it is what it is. The true Mobb Deep fans was like, no, all this shit is. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. This shit ass. Fuck out of here. Like, give me every other album. You know? Starting from Juvenile Hell. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm the same way. Is like even new artists, like some new artists. I step away from a lot of music. Like just certain artists come back to it later and see what they put out, see what I like.
Right.
Because basically they done built a lot of music. I'm finding what I don't like, what I do like, then the shit down. And then as well, you got a lot of music out there because anybody can make music now. Like, you got the most random motherfucker. A bro can make music if he got a phone. It's an internet connection.
Yo, you ain't never done lied, boy. Everybody a damn producer these days.
You get on that damn phone and go in. So it's like, I mean, you used to be good from there. You just ain't got the production behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, again, with you in the last call it was discussing the instruments and everything. Some artists do, some artists don't. It really depends.
Mm-hmm.
And then it depends on the project as well. But honestly, it just because a lot of people, anybody could put out music, and anybody. And some people go to the studio, some people don't. And even in the studios, again, it's digital or computer, but you got. I know a couple of people that actually making beats and shit and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, good music is good music, bad music is bad music. You know it. You hear bad music when you hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It ain't that hard. I mean, it's like whether you find it is depending on when you find it. Depending on if it's just popping your lap. So it's just
that's a fact.
A lot of stuff out there.
There's a big difference between a beat maker and a producer, but it's hard for people to see that nowadays because they're being fed something that they think is one thing, but it's like thinking that you eating those crab sticks and shit. There ain't no crabs in that shit. It's fish. They just painted it red and shit, and it got you thinking that
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but
It's fake.
no, what were you saying?
I said that shit fake.
Yeah, it's totally fake. Totally fake. They hit you with the bait and switch. But it's all good. It's all good. But listen, man, we gotta get ready to get on up out of here. We done put in our almost 2.5 hours. So we're gonna be back 1 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. So it'll be 9 o'clock in the morning for you. So I don't know if you're gonna make it. Yeah. You know, but we will be here. I want to thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate your knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, and definitely the conversation. You can call back in anytime and every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me here.
Without a doubt, man. Have a good night.
You too. Peace.
All right. Peace to y'all go-getters, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's do these birthday shout-outs. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. I said we have some birthday shout-outs to do. We got birthday, birthday. Let's see. Okay. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious December 27th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Liz Williams. Happy birthday to you. And also Rosalind Hankins and Michael Courtwright and Kelly Hickey, Angel Blaine, John Thorpe, Raheem Soledad, Andre Jackson, Tanya Robinson, Crystal Rice Jenkins, my girl, go get her, Crystal Rice Jenkins holding down for the D, and Latoya Salters, Cher Price, and last but not least, Kristen Wyckoff. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious December 27th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the jam, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go hard, go for yours, and remember. Hey, yo, we talk about the music. I don't know if we using it the same way, but if you don't, you could lose it. Lose yourself in the character, into the profile. Meanwhile, you're listening to this bullshit out. Have to pass if the music is ass. I don't care what it looks like. Even the joint is shaking ass. Look at her. Yo, this music's still trash, Cardi B. I see you kind of cutie, but not with me. Because I really want to hear the lyrics that you spit. You call yourself a rapper, but I ain't trying to hear the clapper of the cheeks. But that's so cool for everybody else, but just not cool with me. He who fronts on this will have to get notified. Yo, I'm trying to hear the shit that I really want to buy, put my own money up. It's getting kind of crazy. It's kind of funny. Yup. Do you understand where I'm trying to go with this? Yo, I'm still on this other shit in the flow with his. Yo, his project just came out and you can see he put a lot of action in it. Should I say a lot of thought out there? He didn't get caught. That's why I pulled up my $20 and I bought That kind of project is kind of a record, an MP3. Yo, you ain't fucking with me. I ain't bought albums in about 10 years, and I miss doing that shit. It brings tears when I think about how I used to sit in front of the radio all night trying to get my tape right. Till my tape popped, I would have to call the cops because I played my shit loud and my neighbors wasn't proud. Yo, cut the shit down. Oh, I said no. Well, sometimes I said yes. And if I didn't do that shit, then I would get the best chewing out reprimand. My mom wasn't trying to hear that shit. And I had no business or no choice but to comply. Thanks for y'all, all of y'all. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate y'all. 99 shooting Papa. What's good, man? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Shirley Show, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Show, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world, man. Listen, we will be back tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all come through. I mean, you know, it's late right now. On the East Coast, it's already 3:41 in the morning. We're going to do it between 1. Well, we're going to start between 1 and 1:30 p.m. So please come through because we're going to be talking that hot shit on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So make sure y'all come through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Before y'all file on up out of here, make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I can take my uniform off. Yes, I can. I can clock out. You know, I meet y'all at the bar. I ain't drinking tonight. I ain't drinking tomorrow night. And I wasn't drinking last night either. But I meet y'all at the bar. I still buy y'all a couple of rounds. Let me get y'all scrubs off of you. You know what I mean? You could take off your tops and your bottoms. We're good. We're good. Everything good. Everything good. And for those of y'all who didn't know that y'all were dressed, let me show you a little something. Let's show you a little something. This was y'all earlier. Y'all was looking good. Y'all was looking good, man. You see the cow bones you was rocking over there? Looking nice, man. Looking nice. You got on your Friday night joint. You know what I mean? Looking decent. Looking real decent right there. All right. With that being said, like I said, once again, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to right back to life. 1 p.m. between 1 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. was when we'll be starting the Urban Therapy with Sun show tomorrow afternoon, today afternoon, whatever you want to say. So hopefully y'all can come through. If not, I'll see y'all. No, the Eagles play at 1 o'clock, and they're home against the Cowboys. The goddamn Cowboys. So I'll be going to the game. So we won't have a show on Sunday unless, I mean, I get the feeling and come home after the game and be like, yo, I got to talk to my peoples about this shit here. And that might happen. It's not far-fetched, but for now, one thing is for sure, I won't be on at 1 p.m. on Sunday, but I'll be here between 1 p.m. and 1:30 today, Saturday. Now, the show is not between 1 and 1:30. It starts between 1 and 1:30 p.m. So, holla back, man. Y'all be safe.